This is not the video that I wanted to make this week. It's not the video that I thought I was going to be making this week. In fact, I even started a little something that I was working on in the captain's quarters, and this came to my attention, and I knew that I had to make this video whether I wanted to or not. I also didn't think I'd be painting this turtle this week, and he kind of has a backstory. I created him over a year ago. I know it has to have been over a year. And it was during a time where I was very frustrated with YouTube. So he's a little turtle. He's got the YouTube symbol on his back. He's got two heads, one happy, one sad. It was symbolic for me at the time, but before I got the chance to paint him, things got better, and I just never finished this project. But I think this week is the time to finish him, because right now we are very sad turtle. Sad turtle head is what we are. So if you don't know what I'm about to be talking about, basically YouTube messed up. There's a law called COPPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and it means that under a certain age, I think it's 13, you cannot collect information on children and then serve them certain ads. And anyway, I'm not going to pretend that I understand all of it, but I understand enough to know how it's going to affect me, my channel, my viewers, and other dollhouse miniature channels like mine. If you want to hear the entire thing and how serious this is, I am going to link two videos below. One of them is by Jang Bricks. He has a Lego channel, and he very well, over a 30-minute video, explains how serious this is. And the other video I'm going to link is by J House Law. He is actually a YouTuber with a law background, and he has been in DC trying to talk with the FTC to explain how catastrophic what's about to happen in January could be. To summarize what's been going on, because YouTube broke COPPA law, they were sued by the FTC. Because of that lawsuit, YouTube was forced to pay a fine and is now having to make changes on the YouTube platform. The most major change is going to be that all YouTubers, no matter where they live, in the United States, outside the United States, now have to mark their videos either made for kids or not made for kids. You probably think that might seem like a pretty easy thing to determine, but because of the way that the FTC lays out what is considered made for kids, it is very vague and very difficult to determine. The phrase that is going to cause the most harm is very vague in the FTC stipulations. Again, I don't have a law background. I'm trying to muddle through and explain this as best as possible, but feel free, again, to go watch those videos if I'm not making complete sense. But they want you to label anything, any video at all, made for kids if it is child attractive. And that is the vaguest term I think they probably could have used. I have two young children, and I can tell you right now that almost everything is child attractive. Now, you might think this means like happy songs and bright colors, but for the miniatures community, this could be a slippery slope. As Jang Bricks describes in his video, this could apply to collector type items or collector toys, and the FTC is not really going to sit there and try to determine between what is an adult collector toy and what is a child's toy. And while I don't consider what I do toys, I consider what I do art, the FTC may not agree with me. And because their ruling is so vague, I really have no parameters on what is and isn't made for kids or child attractive. Basically, I'm putting my channel in the hands of possibly an FTC intern who's going through however many videos he has to get through a day. He might come upon my video, see the word dollhouse, or see that there's a dollhouse in it, and flag it as child attractive or made for kids. Now, I know that my videos are not made for kids. And I know that the majority of my audience, probably 95% of my audience, is definitely not kids. But as far as I can tell right now, to the FTC, that really doesn't matter. There's no appeal process. There's no way that I could fight back. It's basically I could be fined based on their opinion of my video. What is the fine, you might ask? It could be up to $42,000 per video. And seeing as I have about 100 videos based on dollhouses or miniatures on my channel, that could be up to $4.2 million fine on me if I choose not to label my videos as made for kids and the FTC disagrees with me. Of course, I always have the option to fight this in court, but I personally do not have the funds for a lawyer, and there's always the possibility I could lose anyway. So at this point, you might be thinking, Aira, just mark your video made for kids and move on. Well, that's tricky as well. Once you mark your video made for kids, you no longer have comments on all your videos. And so all the lovely comments you guys have left me over, like, this is the part where I'm getting emotional. I'm actually in a very positive headspace at the minute, but this part makes me emotional. To the point where I can't talk. I would lose all you guys' comments over the years. That's what gets me. I'd also lose personalized ads. I don't care so much about that. If it was as easy as turning off ads, turning off monetization, I would do that in a second. The part that I'm having a really hard time with is that we would lose our community. We would no longer have comments. I would no longer be able to have notifications on my videos. You wouldn't know when I uploaded. We'd lose the community tab and several other things. And if it was as easy as all that, I may still have made the choice to go ahead and label my videos made for kids if that was it. But in all honesty, my videos are not made for kids. I use power tools, I use blades, I use resin. None of these things are safe for children. So as a liability, I cannot mark my videos made for kids. So now I'm stuck, obviously. I can't give in and just mark my videos as made for kids, and I can't take the risk of financial ruin for my family by not marking my videos made for kids. The frustrating thing about all of this is that this is not just happening in my channel, it's happening to so many family channels where it's, anybody can watch their videos because they're possibly child attractive. People are scared, and basically YouTube has just gone, not our problem anymore, you guys figure it out. Oh, you have questions? Talk to a lawyer. The amount of money I make on my channel a month would not get me near close to an hour with a lawyer, probably, to figure this all out. So as you can probably tell, I'm a little frustrated with YouTube right now, but there are a few glimmers of hope. As I mentioned before, J House Law, I believe his name is Jeremy, is a YouTuber that's currently talking to the FTC in DC. And what's interesting to me is that the FTC is actually open to listening to comments from creators and viewers like you. And for that reason alone, I do think something will change. I think there will be something that happens between now and January 1st when this new law or stipulation, whatever you want to call it, takes effect. Unfortunately, though, I can't be sure about that, so I'm trying to figure out what steps I can take now to protect myself, my family, and you guys as my community that we've grown and that we've, we're just a kind group of people who like to create and help each other, and I don't want that to go away. So if you're wondering what you might be able to do, I'm going to leave 2 links in the description box below. One of them is a petition you can sign that will go straight to the FTC asking for change, and the other one will be a link where you can actually leave a comment for the FTC to read. So please make a kind, respectful statement to the FTC telling them what channels on YouTube mean to you and how you would feel if you had to lose them. Now you may be asking what my plans are, and I know just 2 weeks ago I put out a video saying these are my plans, this is what I'm going to do, live streams are going to be this day, and honestly I don't know if that's how it's going to be. I don't know what the future holds, at least here on YouTube. Also, when I first started my Patreon, I made you guys a promise that everything that was on Patreon eventually would come onto YouTube for those of you who couldn't afford Patreon. And unfortunately, I can no longer keep that promise because the only place I know that I can continue on with a community at this moment is Patreon. There may be something that changes. There may be a shift. There may be an extension of time to figure this out. And so this may not happen in January, but it also might. I know not every one of you will be able to hop onto Patreon. I know not everybody wants to be on Patreon, so I am currently looking into other ways I can get my videos out to you for free. I really don't know what that looks like right now, but I am working on it. The best thing I could come up with is an email list. Now you can only sign up for this email list if you're over 16 years old. You can find a link in the description box below that says sign me up for Bentley House Minis email list. And if come January 1st, all my videos are gone off of YouTube, I will be able to send an email to you to tell you what my future plans are. My plan at the moment is to just private the videos, so if something changes, I can come back, make all those videos public again, and we can continue on. But honestly, like I said, the future is very unclear for my channel. I'll also leave a link to my Patreon in case that was something that you were considering at some point. Now might be a good time to sign up for it. If you want to wait till January to see what happens, feel free to sign up then if you would like to. But more than anything, I would ask you to sign up for the email list just so that I have a way to contact you and let you know what's going on. I will also use the email list when I start selling my kits, so be aware of that if you do sign up for that. It will also have some marketing material in there based on the kits I'm selling through my store. So if you're not interested in that, I totally understand. And of course, I will continue to post on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. And of course, those are free to be on and you can see what I'm working on there. My biggest hope is that things will get worked out. Everything will stay the same. I will continue to make videos here on YouTube, and we will continue to have our miniatures community as it has been growing, and we will continue to grow here on YouTube. But just in case that didn't happen, I wanted to set plans in place so that our community could continue on. Please make sure to visit those links to find out some more information for yourself. Please feel free to sign the petition, send a comment to the FTC. I think it's amazing that they're even listening to us at the moment, and I think if they see enough of us giving respectful, honest views of what YouTube means to us as viewers and creators, that we may actually be able to make a change. As far as the rest of this year goes, I do plan to have my videos on Fridays. We'll have our live stream the second Friday in December, and I'm just hoping for good news. I actually feel really hopeful about something happening. I don't know what. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what could happen. I don't know what the change could be. But I do feel hopeful, and I hope you do also. I'm sorry for the super serious video and the weird turtle sculpture. I don't know. I just had to do something besides just having my face plastered while I talked about serious things. I don't like being serious. But anyway, thank you for listening this week. Thank you for your constant support of my channel throughout these years. I plan to keep going, and if it's not on YouTube, it will be somewhere else, and I hope I will see you there, wherever it is. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.